So as I was saying, welcome to QA class. Sijui tulikuwa tumefika wapi? So QA class. I think we were talking about variables and functions. So we talked about variables and functions. We defined what are variables. We also talk about some of the variables. We also define functions, and we give some of the examples of functions. So we need to continue from where we were. So QA, quantitative analysis, is our class. That's our class. So let us see what we need to talk about now. I don't know if you can, let me see just a moment. I hope the net will not disappoint. Just a moment, let me plug in. Mona hii yangu haina charge. Let me plug in. So as I was saying that today we are going to talk about, we're going to continue with what we were talking about. We were talking about functions. We give examples of functions. So today we are going to introduce something new, equations. So we're going to introduce equations. Equations will be our next topic. And what's an equation? So equations, we can say equations are used to solve problems. Equations are used to solve some problems. So mostly when we have equations are used to solve some are used to solve some problems. Now you can say, so what's the meaning of the word equation? You can say that if two algebraic expression are equal to one another, then it is called an equation. Then it is called an equation. Then it is called an equation. So when two algebraic expressions are equal to one another, then it is called an equation. Call it an equation. It is called an equation. It's called an equation. So that's the meaning of the word equation. So in an exam, if you want to explain what's an equation, then you say an equation refers to any two algebraic expressions which are equal to one another. When you log in, kindly make sure you mute so that if you mute net huwa haisumbui sana. So kindly when you join, tunaomba una mute. So I don't know why inatingizika. Taki tingizike because itatusumbua. Hapo. So that one is okay. So when two algebraic equations are equal to one another, then it is referred to as an equation. Now you can say the sign, you can say the sign, this sign, which is called equality. Equality is used to show, it is used to show equalities between two sides. Equality between two sides. That's what is okay. So that sign, this one, which means the equal sign, is used to show the equality between two sides. Symbol of equations. Symbols of equations. Number one, symbols of equations. Number one, unknown. Unknown, and we say these are the variables. These are the variables. These are the variables. The values. These are the variables, the values of which are not given. So these are the variables, the values of which are not given. They are found by solving the equation. They are found by solving the equation. Examples of the unknown values. For example, 3x plus 4 is equals to 20. Now, so x is not given, so we don't know the value of x. No, this one, let's say 4y is equals to 20. So we can say now, i.e., a good example for unknown value is 3x plus 4y is 20. Now, the unknown value here is the value of x and y. So the unknown value is the value of x. And also you can say in this equation, x and y are unknown. That is number one. That is number one. So x and y is unknown. Number two, constant or parameter. Constant or parameters. Constant or parameters. We say these are fixed figures. These are fixed figures. So these are fixed. These are fixed figures, which are shown on the left side. Which are shown on the left side. On the left side, which are shown on the left side of unknown. Of unknown or separately. So these are the figures which are shown on the left side of unknown or separately. Now, in an example here, example 3x plus 4y is equals to 20. Now we know that x and y are unknown. So we know that x and y are unknown. What about 3 and 4? Now 3, 4, and 20 are parameters or constant. Add the constant or parameters. It can be on the left side of the unknown. So kama unknown y, for example, the unknown is x and y. So it will be on the left side. It will be on the left side of the unknown. It will be on the left side. Linda, ukiingia una mute. It will be on the left side of. Hey, Linda, mute tafadhali. Linda. So it will be on the left side, or it can be separately. Now, separately, for example, 20. 20 is separate, and therefore it represents a constant. Number three, talk about coefficients. Coefficient, and you can say these are those figures which are shown on the left side of a known only. These are figures which are shown on the left side. On the left side of unknown. On the left side of the unknown, separately. Only. I.e., in our example here, 3x plus 4y. 3x plus 4y is equals to 20. Now, 3 and 5 are coefficients. 3 and 5 are coefficients. Then the last one is the index. The last one is the index. The last one is the index. So what's an index? An index is the power of unknown. Refers to the power of the unknown. Refers to the power of the unknown. It is shown on the right hand. On the right hand, it is shown on the right hand. On the right hand side. On the right hand side, on top of the unknown. On top of the unknown. On top of the unknown. Now, for example, we can say 3x squared plus 4y is equals to 20. Now, what's the index? Now, the index, so the item, we can say the item 3x squared. The item 3x squared has an index of power 2. Has an index or power 2. Kama ingekuwa ni 3, sasa ingekuwa for example 3 plus 5 is equals to 20. Equation has an index power of power 3. Kuna mtu amesema equation hapo. or 3 and 4. 3 and 4, not 3 and 5. So 3 and 4. Supposed to be 3 and 4. So for example, now another equation here, 3x raised to power 3 plus 4y is equals to 20. Now in this case, the item 3x squared has an index or power 3. Has an index or power 3. So those are type or those are the symbols of equation that you can find in any place. So when we talk about the symbols of an equation, those are the examples of the symbols of equation that you need to be familiarized with. Type of equation. Let's go to type of equations. Type of equations. Type of equations. So make sure you write them down. I want to wrap. I'm giving you 2 minutes. So this class will end by, what's the time now? By 3:30. So this class will end by 3:30. So by 3:30, I think we need to be able to finish this class. Okay, that one is okay. That one is okay. Muna neno. Okay, let's move on to the next chapter. Type of equations. Let us see what are the type of equations. Type of equations. So type of equations. Let us say type of equations. So we have 3 types of equations. Number 1, we have linear or simple equation. Linear or simple equations. Number 2, we have the quadratic equations. Quadratic equations. Number 3, we have the simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equations. Those are the 3 types of equations that you can find in quantitative analysis. So start with the first one, linear, or what we call the simple. So the linear or the simple equation. So the linear or the simple equation, and you can say this is an equation with one unknown. This is an equation with one unknown. So this is the equation with one unknown, and the index is and the index or power of this unknown is 1. Of this unknown is 1, and the power of this unknown is 1. So any equation where we already have one unknown, for example, i.e. 3x plus 4 is equals to 20. Now the only unknown that you have here is x. So the unknown is x. The unknown is x, and it is raised to power 1 to power 1. So meaning ni kama kusema 3x raised to 1. So 1 atuweke 1 hapa juu. So hivi ni kama kusema 3x raised to 1 plus 4 which is equal to 20. Which is same as saying 3x plus 4 equals to 20. This is the same way. So there's no need to kuweka juu 1 hapo because already we know any number that is not raised to any number, it is always raised to 1. So any number, hata ukiweka 3, we know 3 is always raised to 1. Hata ukiandika tu 3 hivyo. That's why we don't usually write raised to 1 because we know automatically any number is always raised to 1. Any number that is not raised to any number is always raised to 1. Okay, that one is okay. The standard form, let's now give the standard form. The standard form of this equation is ax plus b is equal to 0. So ax plus b is equal to 0. Ax plus b equals to 0. Or you can use this one. Y is equal to mx plus c. So y is equal to mx plus c. Remember this one from your secondary level. That is a linear equation. So y is equal to mx plus b. Which another formula? So that one is the most common. Those two formulas are the most common to use when describing an equation. When describing an equation. Now we can try and do a question. Solve. So illustration. Now solve the following equation. Solve the following equation. So this is the equation. 2 into bracket 4x plus 2. 4x minus 2, sorry, is equals to 3x plus 2. So solve for me that one, you give me the answer. Solve me for that one and you give me the answer. Now solve me for that. Kuna mmoja anasema x is 5. Someone anasema x is 5. Mwingine? So mmoja anasema x ni 5. What about another person? Rose anasema ni 2. Let us solve together. Solution. Linda anasema ni 2. Let us see. Let us open the bracket. So 4 times 2, which is 8x minus 4, to be equal to 3x plus 6. So hii kuja side itakuwa ni 8x minus 3x, itakuwa ni 6 plus 4. Ikienda side ile ingine kuja side. So 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3, I think it is 5. 5x is equals to 10. So x will be equal to 10 divided by 5. So x is 2. So those who say the 2, that is the correct answer. Now we go to the next one, number two. Number two, quadratic equation. Yes, Rafael amesema tu na kaeka hapo emoji. Sawa, that one is okay. Let us go to the next one, quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. So yeah, hakuna kukaa sana hapo. Quadratic equation. So what is a quadratic equation? What is a quadratic equation? Now we say when the highest index of a known is 2, then the equation is called quadratic. You can say this is an equation. This is an equation. This is an equation where the highest index is 2. So this is an equation where the highest index. So this is an equation where the highest index of a known is 2. Of unknown is 2. Of unknown is 2. Remember, unknown, for example, if you have, for example, you have this kind of an equation here. Tukisema tuko na 4x squared plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now, this is an example of a quadratic equation. This one is an example of a quadratic equation. Reason why? Because the highest index of the unknown is 2. Which unknown? So we have two unknown. We have one unknown. The only unknown that we have here, x is unknown. Unknown. And it is raised to power 2. So x is unknown. And you can see from the formula that x is raised to 2. So any form of an equation where the unknown has an index, has the highest index of 2, then that equation shall be categorized as quadratic. And you can see there. So i.e., so give i.e. example, i.e. 4x squared plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, where x is unknown. And you can see 2 is the highest index. 2 is the highest index. 2 is the highest index. General formula. General formula. So, for example, this one, the standard form or the standard form. You can call them general formula or the standard form of the equation. Standard form of equation. Now, the standard form in this case, so come on, for example, the standard form of the linear equation, near ax plus b is equal to 0. So for this one, itakuwa ni a x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. That one represents the general formula. So that one represents the general formula. So that one represents the general formula. So there are two methods. There are two methods of solving this equation. So we have two methods. So allow me to have the upper part. So two methods used when solving quadratic equation. Two methods used when solving quadratic equation. So two methods used when solving the quadratic equation. So we have two methods. Actually, the three, but we shall concentrate with the two, the first two. Hii ingine sio lazima ujue. Tunasema there are two methods. Of solving. So there are two methods of solving the equation. To solve quadratic equation. So talk about quadratic. So what are those methods that I use to solve the quadratic equation? Number one, we have factorization method. Number B, you have the formula. Number C, which we shall not consider with this one, computing squares. It require high school. Remember the computing square method? That one we used it in high school. So we can start with number one. Number one, factorization method. Factorization method. Factorization method. So another example of the expression. The expression number 2 tunasema 4x squared minus x minus 3 equals to 0. So we use factorization to solve the equation using to say find a value of x. So you find the value of x using the factorization method. So how do we do it? So we need to find number one. We need to find the product to solution. To solutions. So number one, we need to find the product. So we need to find the product. So what's the product? Product. Nakwanga ni A times C. So product nakwanga A times C. So in this equation yetu, go hata tuendelee, this one, 4x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. This one is A. This one is B, and you copy the number apple, and number is C. So A, B, and C. Remember A, B, and C are parameters. A, B, and C, remember they are parameters. So A, B, and C, they are parameters. So A. So so A times C, what will be the multiplication? It will be 4 times. So our A, ndio hii hapa, ni 4 times C, C yetu, A times C ni minus 3, which is minus 12. And then the next thing we need to find is the sum. So the sum, not the sum. Inaendangaje? Kama nimesahau. So product, the sum ni ya katikati. So the sum present B. Is that correct? The sum represent B. So meaning it is minus 1. Is that correct? Then you can find the factors. We can find the factors. So what are the factors? So which factors, when we multiply, we shall get this one, and when we add, we shall get minus 1. So for example, 4 times 3. So 4 times 3, we know it is 12. Now, and 4 plus 3 must be equal to minus 1. So what should we adjust? So which one should be negative and which one should be positive? So tukichukua minus 4, for example, minus 4 times 3. So let us put this one to be minus 4. So minus 4 times 3 itakuwa ni minus 12, which ndio hiyo our product. Then our sum inakuwa kuja minus 1. So for example, tukichukua minus 4 plus 3, will it give us minus 1? Will it give us minus 1? Yes, so it minus 4. So that one will give us minus 1. So we can now put it on the equation. So we say, so tunasema 4x squared Then this is our factor, so tuna eliminate this one. So we eliminate this ya katikati, x. So we eliminate x. Kwangu ni maana type something hapo. Sawa sawa. That one is okay. So ex we eliminate with the factor. So our factors is to hapa ni for x. Remember this factors represent x ni -4 and 3. So tutakuja tuna replace na hiyo x. So tunasema tunaanza na -4 x, then the other one is positive 3x, then plus, so tunaweka yetu which is -3. 3 equals to 0. Now we factorize. So the common item, this one and this one are common, and this one are common. So we factorize. So tunasema which one is the common item? 4x is common, tunatoa. Let us factorize it. So 4x is common. So you know how to factorize from your previous level. So you just factor out the common item. You just factor out the common item. So 4x is common, so itakuwa ni x minus 1 plus the common item here is 3 only. 3 only is the common item. So 3 itakuwa, you open the bracket. So x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we pick the common item. So we pick the common item. So the common item here is this one and this one. So these two items are common. So we pick one of them. So x minus 1. Now, and then we pick the other one. So huyu na huyu. 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now find the value of x. So you can find the value of x. So itakuwa hivi, tutaanza na huyu. You start with this one. So x minus 1 is equal to 0. So x equals to 1. So that is number 1. Number 2, 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. So hapa itakuwa ni 4x is equal to -3. Then what will be the value of x? X itakuwa ni -3 over 4. So x itakuwa ni -3 over 4. So the value of x and y, so we have x as 1 or x equals to -3 over 4. So what have you noticed? Now, we have noticed that in this kind of an equation, we have two solutions. So quadratic equation has always, usually has two solutions. So this kind of an equation has always, or has two solutions. So x is equal to 1 and x is equal to -3 over 4. So when you solve a quadratic equation, so make sure you always get two solutions. So make sure you always get two solutions. So make sure you always get two equations. Now let us go to number B by formula. Let us use the formula. Number B, let us solve the equation using the formula. Now the formula, plus or minus x will be equal to plus or minus b. So the formula will be equal to, let me write it down, plus or minus, not plus, the formula minus b. And then plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Then everything will divide by 2a. So that is the formula. That is the formula. That is the formula. That is the formula that you need to understand. That is the formula that you really need to do what? That you really need to understand. Now let us do it down. So we say x. So remember we are solving this equation still. Remember we are solving this equation. And tumesema hapa juu, tumesema the value of a, b, and c. So a, b, and c ndio hapo, a, b, and c. So tunaanza, so hapa ni b, b ni minus, b hapa inasema ni minus b. Na pale juu ukiangalia b wanasema b ni minus. So minus times minus itakuwa ni positive. So ni kwa kusema minus, our b pale juu ni -1. Ni kweli. So b is minus, but our b pale juu ni -1. Then plus or minus. B squared, so the minus 1. So our B part is minus 1 squared minus 4 times A, any 4 times 4, any 4, then C the minus 3. Then you divide everything by 2A. 2A, so need 4 times 2. So find the value of X. Find the value of X. Find the value of X. Mnapata ngapi? Wazito. Okay, find it as I come back. So minus hapo itakuwa ni positive 1 plus or minus. So itakuwa ni the square root of 1 minus. So 4 times 3 minus 3 times minus 3. So is equal to minus 48 over 8. So plus 1 plus or minus. So 1 minus 48 is equal to 49. The square root of 49 over 8. So, and then so you open, let us open it. So itakuwa x is equal to plus or 1 plus or minus 7 over 8. So what will be the value of x? The first one. So when the value is positive, so then when the value is positive, itakuwa ni 1 plus 7 divided by 8, which is 1. And then here when the value is negative, so itakuwa ni 1 minus 7 divided by 8, which is right? Minus 3 over 4, which is also x is equal to minus 3 over 4. Hadi hapo tuko shabamba. Ndio tuko shabamba kabisa. Hapo tuko shabamba. Now, computing square, that one you can do it on your own time. In case mtalemewa mtaniambia, you can go and find it on YouTube. We have a lot of videos on that, but it is not a requirement for you in this level. Maybe you can decide to know it. Maybe you can use it somewhere. But in an exam, the first one and the second one are the applicable method to use. So the first one and the second one. So the other one is not it's an option. If you want to use it in an exam, no one will penalize you. That one you should decide on your own. Now allow me to have this one so that we can go to the last one. Simultaneous equation. So let's go to the last one. Simultaneous equation. simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. So if the number of unknown is 2 or more, you see, if the number of unknown is 2 or more, so if the number of unknown is 2 or more, then this is called simultaneous equation. Then it is called a simultaneous equation. So this occurs where the number of unknown is 2 or more. So this occurs where the number of unknown is 2 or more. Now, then we say, in order to solve, in order to solve simultaneous equation, for example, i.e., if there are two unknowns, the number of equation must be 2. The number of equation must be 2. Must be 2. Now, and then you can say if there are 3 unknowns, the number of equation must be 3. The number of equation must be 3. So for example, if you want to solve 2 by 2 equation, so it means that the number of unknowns must be 2, and the number of the equation must be 2. Now, if you want to solve 3 by 3 equation, so the number of unknowns must be 3, and the number of equation must also be 3, etc. and etc. But example, illustration, that by 2 by 2 illustration. So we say 4x plus 3y is equal to 7. Then 3x plus 2 minus 2y is equal to 9. Now this one is, so as you can see from this equation, we have 2 unknowns, that is x and y, and at the same time you have 2 equations, so that one it can be easily solved. So amesema hapo tumetumia positive badala ya minus. Sijui ni gani hiyo. I don't know, but I hope you are following. Sijakuelewa hapo, but hopefully I hope una follow. Now, this one can be solved using 2 methods, so we can say it can be solved using 2 methods. So we say it can be solved using 2 methods. So the first method is elimination. elimination, and the other method is substitution. It can be solved using two methods. So we have the elimination and substitution. So that's the first one. We start with elimination. So we start with elimination. Elimination methods. So an elimination, then substitution baadaye. So let's start with the elimination method. Elimination method. Now, so for example, with this one, 4x plus 3y is equals to 7. 3x minus 2y is equals to 9. So how do we use the elimination method? Now, you multiply the unknowns or the constant. So you multiply the parameters with a figure to make them equal. So for example, let us make the parameters or these parameters to be equal. So the 3 and 4, let's make this parameter 3 and 4 to be equal. So how do we make them to be equal? Now, to make them equal, we multiply the first one with 3 and the other one with 4. We multiply the first one with 3 and the second one with 4 to make them equal. So for example, 4 times 3 is 12. 3 ya chini times 4 is 12. So itakuwa the same. So what you do to this variable, you repeat to the others. So you repeat y and also to the other one on the right hand side. So let us see. So 4 times 3 is 12. This will be equal to 12. Now, what you do to this one? So to make 3, so at times 3. So 3 times 3, y is equals to. So when you find hapa pia urudie huko, so to times 3, so multiply by 3 again. So this will be equal to 21. Just repeat the same to the chini. So 3 times 4, which is 12x. So what you do to this one, you do to the rest. So to make times hapa now 4. So the rest also we multiply by 4. So 4 times 2, just 4 times minus 2 will be equal to minus 8, y which is equals to 9 times 4, which is 36. Now we eliminate. So eliminate x. Eliminate x. How do we eliminate x? So we only eliminate x by lessing or by subtracting. Subtracting. So to subtract 12 minus 12. So 12 minus 12 is 0. 9 minus 8. 9 minus 8 is positive y. 21 minus 36. 21 minus 36 is minus 15. Meaning y is equal to minus 15. So tukishapata y is minus 15, now we can get our x. So the original. So we pick the original. You can pick either of the two. So pick one of the two. So you can pick either. So the original equation. So you substitute this one to the original equation to get the value of the other one. So let me start with the first one. 4x plus 3. Then our y minus 15 is equal to 7. To find the value of x. So itakuwa ni 4x plus, so itakuwa minus 45 is equal to 7. Ndio. Itakuwa ni 3 15, which is minus 45. So 4x will be equal to itakuwa ni 7 plus 45. So 4x itakuwa ni ngapi? Itakuwa ni 45 plus 7. So 45 plus 7. 2. What will be the value of x? Adui anasema kwa 17y imetoka wapi? 17y. Okay, ni minus. So 9 minus. Okay, so this is supposed to be 17y. So is equal to plus 17y. Hiyo yote tumeandika hapa ni kelele. Yote tumeandika hapa ni kelele. Ni kelele hizo zote. So amesema 9, amesema hapa 9 minus, we are subtracting minus 8 is equals to 17. That one is correct. Thank you. So what will be the value of y? So y will be equal to what? Minus 15 over 17. So that's the value of y. So we substitute this y to the original equation. So original equation, we have two of them. We have this one, equation 1 and equation 2. So you pick either 1 or 2. So we're gonna pick 1. So we say 4x plus 3. We get our y in 15 over 17 is equals to 7. So find the value of x. Itakuwa ni 4x plus, so 15 times 3 ni minus 45. So itakuwa ni minus 45 over 17 equals to 7. Tutaweka side nyingine, 4x itakuwa ni 7 plus 45 over 17. That one correct? Itakuwa 4x is equals to, so 7 plus 45 over 17. Itakuwa ni ngapi this one? 164 over 17. So we need to find the value of x. So itakuwa ni 164 over 17 times 4. Is that one correct? Is that one correct? Is that one correct? Ama itakuwa hivi? Ama itakuwa ni 1 over 4? Itakuwa hivyo? So that our answer is 41 over 17. 41 over 17. Are you getting that one? 1 over 17. Itakuwa ni times 1 over 4. Now that is one method we can use. Let us go to the next method. That is, the next method is substitution. Substitution method. Na huyo mwenye ame-unmute. Huyo mwenye ame-unmute, tafadhali tunaomba umute. Sawa sawa. So let us see. So substitution, so tunasema 4x plus 3y is equal to 7. 3x minus 2y equals to 9. So how do we substitute? Tunaanza na equation 1, tunasema, so tunasema hivi, 4x is equals to 7 minus 3y. Tutaanza na hivyo. So 4x, so tunaanza na equation 1. This one. Tunasema 4x is equal to 7 minus 3y. Then tunasema x is equal to 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4 y. Then this is equation 2. Then we say substitute x to equation 2. Substitute x to equation 2. Substitute x to equation 2. Substitute the x to equation 2. So this is the equation 1. So we started with equation 1. We started with equation 1. Tunaanza na equation 1 by making x the subject formula. So equation 1 tuna make x the subject formula. So 4x is equal to 7 minus 3y. Then x will be equal, divided by 4 each part. So x will be equal to 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4y. Then once we do that one, we substitute this one with question number 2. Let us substitute. Itakuwa ni 3, but we know our x is equal to 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4 y minus 2y is equal to 9. So find the value of y. 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 So tutakuwa 7 over 4 times 3, which is equals to 21 over 4. Equals 21 over 4 minus 9 over 4y minus 2y is equals to 9. Kama hapo mmenipata? Mmenipata? I hope mmenipata. So let us collect the item together. So minus 9 over 4y minus 2y is equals to 9 minus 21 over 4. Mmenipata? I think mmenipata. So minus 9 over 4 minus 2. So it's equal to minus 17 over 4. Minus 17 over 4 y equals to 9 minus 21 over 4. 15 over 4. Equal to 15 over 4. Let us find y. Y will be equal to 15 over 4 times minus 4 over 17. So what's the value of y? The value of y. So 15 over 4 times minus 4 over 17. So y will be equal to, so 4 na 4 inaambatana, wanatoana, inakuwa minus 15 over 17. Minus 15 over 17. So that's how you find the value of y. Now you can find the value of x by substituting the value of y to our x. We have it here. We have our x here already. I hope everyone can see our x. This is our x. Ndio huyo hapo. So we substitute our y to that x. So we substitute our y to that x. I hope you can see the x. So inasemaje? X is equal to 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4 y. Y hiyo mnaiona? Mmekiche. Now, but we know our y, remember our y is minus 15 over 17. So we say our x will be equal to 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4 minus 15 over 17. So find the value of x. Find the value of x. Find the value of x. So kulingana na venye tulikuwa tumefanya hapa, our x ni 41 over 17. 41 over 17. According to this one. You know, now our x hapa ni 41 over 17. I hope it's the same answer on the other side. Tunasema ni 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4 multiply with minus 15 over 17. And the answer is equal to 41 over 17. That is how you do that question. Any question up that point? Any question up that point? Do you have a question? Hamuna swali? Now let's go to a past paper. Let me see. Do you have a past paper? Mko na past papers? I don't know if I have it here. Let me check. Do you have the past paper? Amuongea bwana. Ndajuaje kama mko nayo? Well, you have the past paper? So leo ni kama amuwezi kuongea. So leo amuwezi kuongea kabisa. Okay. Sasa kama mmekataa kuongea, tutafanya aje jameni? So let me share with you in your WhatsApp. So open your WhatsApp. Open your WhatsApp and you go to this, open this past paper. Imeenda wapi? Kwani me download ikaenda wapi? Nimetuma kwa group. So nimetuma, mnaiona? Nimetuma kwa group. Mnaiona? So huyu anasema Z. Anasema Z. So Z inamaanishaje? Ana mtu amesema kwa metype hapo Z. So Z natumai ni Z. So open the past paper. Nimeshare kwa group hapo. So make sure you have it. So from now kuendelea, we are going to make use of that past paper. So from now kuendelea mbele, we are going to make use of that past paper. Sawa sawa. Sijui kama utapata swali. Yes, we have a question here. Now, this question was tested in which sitting? This one. This question was tested in April 2024. So this question was tested in April 2024. April 2024, question number 2A. April 2024, question number 2A. April 2024, question number 2A. April 2024, number 2A. Open that question. I will only share my screen, but I want you to open the question. April 2024, question number 2A. So let me share the screen. Now the question is for April. They have about April 2024. April 2024. Question number 2A. Someone to read for us. Someone to read for us. Apa mtu anasomea? So no one is reading. Linda. 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 Okay, Brenda.
Stock Limited, an oil processing company, purchased a machine that they intended to use in one of their the word is hidden, I don't know.
Haionekani. Haionekani.
I guess ni screen yangu nikiweka hivi simu straight haionyeshi kitu, niki enlarge it's
Na sahi. Ngoja mimi si kuna mtu ametype hapo.
okay. I can now read. Stock Limited, an oil processing company, purchased a machine that they intended to use in one of their production processes. The machine is expected to have a useful life of 10 years, after which it can be disposed for shillings 200,000. The net book value of the machine after 8 years is estimated to be shillings 560,000. Required, the linear depreciation equation for the value of the machine. 2, determine the value of the machine after 6 years. 3, determine the number of years when the value of the machine will be shillings 1,460,000. Should I read the whole of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Should I read? Should I continue reading?
No, just question number 2 only.
Okay.
Yes, 2A. So we can continue now. So now this equation is obtained. Let me stop sharing. I hope you have screenshot the question. Okay, now let me now do it. Now I say TOC Limited is an oil processing company. We are saying that this for A3. A3 question number 2A. So tunasema that the TOC Limited, an oil processing company, has purchased a machine that they intend to use for their production. The machine is expected to have a useful life of 10 years. Now, tunasema useful life of machine is 10 years. So when the useful of machine is 10 years, so when the useful life of the machine is 10 years, it can be disposed at 200. It can be disposed at Kenya shillings 200,000. Now, the net book value after 8 years is 560. Now, where if the useful life, life of machine is 8 years, the net book value is by Kenya shilling 60,000. Now you are required to do what? You are required to determine the linear depreciation equation of the equation. No, the keyword is the word linear. The keyword is the word linear. Now, what is the linear depreciation equation? Now, the linear depreciation equation, it means you are using the linear equation. It means you are using the linear equation. Linear equation. Now, what's the linear equation? Remember, we said that our linear equation is equal to y is equal to mx plus b. Y is equal to mx plus b. In this case, now, this is what we need to know. Y is a disposal value. Disposal of value. So y is a disposal value. And then what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? X is the useful life. X is the useful life. So disposal value or net book value. Net book value is the value which the asset can be sold. So net book value is the value as at the balance sheet. So we talk about the net book value. So this one tunafanya kwa FA, but you need to know that net book value is the value at the balance sheet. Now the value of the balance sheet. Now, if we decide to sell this asset, so if we decide to sell this asset, or if we want to dispose this asset, we shall dispose it at the net book value. We shall dispose it at the net book value, and therefore the disposal value or the net book value is the same. So this one means net book value. Net book value. So the value of the balance sheet. So this is the value at the balance sheet, or the value as at the end of a particular period, or the value as at the end of a particular period. So let us now use these values for equation. Now, the first one, when the disposal value is 200, remember to say disposal value is y. When the disposal value is 200, our x is 10 years. Our x is 10, so tunasema ni 10m at GB. So our x. Now, when the disposal value is 560,000, our useful life is 8 years. So 8 years at m plus b. I'm going to say mx plus c, the common. Let us change to c. C. Equal c to c. Y is equal to mx plus c. Now, once you get this one, find the value of m and c. Those are the parameters. Find the value of m and c. To find the value of m and c. Now, how do we find it? We do elimination. So eliminate, we use elimination method. Eliminate c, since they're the same. So let us eliminate c because they're the same. So how do you eliminate c? By minusing. So c minus c is 0 plus 10 minus 8 is 2m. 200,000 minus 560,000 minus 360,000. Find m. Find m. So m will be equal to minus 360,000 or 2. So divided by 2, which is minus 180,000. thousand. Now you can find the value of C. So let us equate M with the original equations, So our original equation is either one, this is the original, 1 or 2. So 1 or 2. So we equate to equation 1. So equation 1, so 1 or 2, those are the original. So tunasema 200,000 is equals to, na tunajua our M ni minus 180,000 plus C. So find the value of C. So itakuwa ni 200,000 is equals to minus 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Itakuwa ni 1, 2, 3, 1.8 plus C. So find the value of C. C will be equal to 200,000 plus 1.8. So what will be the value of C? The value of C will be equal to 2 million. The value of C will be equal to 2 million. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, what will be the equation of part A? They wanted us the linear equation. So it is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. So what's the value of, so y, so our m, m? M is minus 180,000 c, x, not x, m, plus our c, 2 million. So that's our part A. That's our depreciation equation. This is our depreciation linear equation. Our depreciation linear equation. So that one is our depreciation linear equation. That one is our depreciation linear equation. Number 2. Number 2, the value of the machine after 6 years. Value of machine after 6 years. So the value of the machine after 6 years. So we know our equation is equals to y minus 180. So we have to change it, sorry. We said we change this one to m. This one. Video. So m. So m is 6. So we have to change this one to m, not x. So m is the useful life. So m is the useful life. So m is the useful life. So useful life means the number of years of the machine. So number 2, determine the value of the machine after 6 years. So when m is 6 years, so 180,000. Now our m ni ngapi? Now our m the number of years. So wamesema 6 years. 6 plus 2 million. So what will be the value of that machine? So itakuwa ni minus 180,000 times 6 plus 2 million. $920. So Kenya shillings. 920,000. 920,000. Number C. Determine the number of years if the value of the machine is 1460. Now, if y is 1460, find the value of find the life of the machine. So what will be the value of m? So when the net book value is 31, so you are supposed to find, so number 3 or number 6. So if the disposal value or the net book value is 1460, find the number of years. So we say y is equals to minus 180,000 m plus 2 million. Now we need to find m. we need to find M. So, but when Y is 14, so 1460,000 is equals to minus 180,000 M plus 2 million. So tuanze kueliminate, tupeleke 2 million the other side, itakuwa ni 1460,000 minus 2 million is equals to minus 180,000 M. So what will be the, so 1460,000 minus 2 million. So minus 540,000 equal to minus 180,000 M. Find M. So M will be equal to minus 540,000 over minus 180,000. How many years? So divide by minus 180,000. So this is 3 years. The useful life is 3 years. Is that one okay? Is that one okay, Hannah? Jambi? Jambi is hajaiongea. That one correct, Jambi? Amesema it is correct. But it is good you talk. Now I want to ask you a question. Let me ask Linda. So Linda, this question is to you. It is for you to answer. Now, when you use a machine, what will happen to the value of the machine? Will the value of machine increase or decrease when you keep on using the machine? Because the machine is depreciating in value. Now, what will happen to the value of the machine? Is the value of the machine going to increase or decrease with the time as you keep on using the machine? Linda? Linda, I want you to tell me what will happen to the value of the machine? So Linda, amesema it will decrease, but I prefer you talk. Stop typing. I want to also know you are active where you are. Okay, now that is correct. The value of the machine will decrease. Now let us see from our question. Now, from our question, when the value of the machine, for example, let's just do an analysis. It's not relevant. The question is over. The question is over. We just want to do analysis. When the value of the when the value, so when it is 10 years, the value is 200,000. The value of the machine is 200. Now, when it is 8 years, the value is 560. When it is 3 years, the value is 1460. Now, as you can see, as we keep on using the assets. Now, initially, when we have the assets for only 3 years, the value of that machine is quite big, or it's quite huge, as you can see. So as the value is 1460, the useful life, as you can see, is only for 3 years. But when we increase the number of useful life, so if this machine is used for 8 years, the value will reduce from 1460 to 560,000. So the value will reduce from 1460,000 to 560. When we use this machine for 10 years, as you can see, the value is 200,000. So as we keep on using the machine, the value of that machine also reduces. And you can also see from our equation here, where is that general equation? Where is it? Where is it? Ndio hii hapa. This one, hata iko hapa. Jina itafuta na iko hapa. This equation. Now, if you analyze this equation, you can see that we have a negative figure here. So we have a negative figure hapa. So we have a negative figure, meaning, if you have a negative figure here is, if x increases, or if not x but m, if we are m increases, if m increases, if m is negative, not increases, if m is negative, so this one means that this equation, so if m is negative. Now, as x increases, y will reduce. Y will reduce. So as x increases, y will reduce. As x increases, y reduces. Now, let me write now for you now. Write this down. Application of linear equation. Of linear equation. Of linear equation. Number one, computation of depreciation. Computation of depreciation. Number two, computation of wages and salary. Computation of wages and salary. So application of the linear equation. Application of linear equations. Application of linear equation. Number one is used in computation of depreciation. Number two, so hii tumeshafanya. This one you can tick it. Tick it, you tick. Tick it, you tick. Number two, computation of wages and salary. Let me give you a question. We shall start from that question in our next class. So let me give you assignment. Make sure you do the assignment. So this assignment, you are required to do it so that we can do it together in the next class. So that we can do it together in the next class. So this one will be the last one. And kindly make sure you do it, and you send me the answers. So you do it and you send me the answers. Let me see if I can find it. Kindly make sure you do it and you send me the answers before the next class. The next class will be on Monday. The next class will be on Monday. Ngoja nione kama nitaipata. Nisipoipata ipata kweli. So computation of wages and the salaries. Computation of wages and the salaries. Let me find for you. Ipata tu sahi, just kidogo tu. Computation of wages and salaries. Yes, 2015. The question is from 2015. Let me give you the exact question. 2015, somewhere around 2015. Yes, we have it here. No, May 2019. The question is for May 2019. May 2019. So your assignment, ndio hapa juu naandika May 2019. May 2019. May 2019, question number 1B. May 2019, question number 1. Boy, May 2019, question number 1. But let me present for you so that you can screenshot when you're on a past paper. But I think everyone has it. There it is. So inasema hivi, a salesman earns a fixed basic salary and a commission that is directly proportional to the number of units sold in the month. During the month of February 2019 and March 2019, the salesman's total earnings were 60 and 70,000 respectively. The number of units sold by the salesman in the year, in the month of February 2019 and March 2019 were 100 to 50 respectively. During the month of April 2019, the salesman sold 400 units. Required using matrix algebra. No, don't use matrix, use simultaneous equation, that is elimination and substitution. So use elimination and substitution. So required, so change there, required, using elimination or the substitution. Determine number 1, the fixed income, the fixed monthly basic salary. Number 2, commission. Number 3, total earnings for April 2019. That is all about today's class. So any question? Do people have any question before we wind up, so that next time we meet, we shall continue from there. So Geoffrey, unasemaje? Na Rafael unasemaje? So hawana neno. So we meet on Monday. So we meet on Monday. So I wish you a lovely weekend. So we shall meet on Monday, God willing.